Hi, I'm Bill the Geek, and I want to go through a quick real-life comparison of Dreamweaver and WordPress. Created in Dreamweaver versus creating in WordPress. I have several WordPress sites that I use for my business, but I also have several WordPress sites that I use for my business and personal use. And very quickly, before we get into the details of side-by-side comparisons, I just want to look at some sites and so you can see some details as far as what is involved. This is sillybilly.com, my main page. I have Flash going on up here at the top. And yes, you still can use Flash in today's world of responsive web design. You know, basic image, some text, blah, blah, blah. This thing is fully responsive. If I come down here, once you get to the iPhone or the iPad, then you're going to see this. It's totally scalable. My menu items scale. I'm good with all of that. Okay. This took me hours to build. I've got my drop-down menus over here. That's good. This is all hand-coded. All of this HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and Flash is all hand-coded. And here's the code here. This is the HTML code in Dreamweaver. I've got this HTML document hand-coded, and then I have all of these attached style sheets. So here's my main style sheet for the entire page. Then I have a separate style sheet for my responsive web design with all of these media queries and giving the page different instructions for various page sizes, phone, iPad, etc. So to do one page, if a client comes to me and they want me to do one page, and I'm going to do this in Dreamweaver, generally I'm looking at about 15 to 20 hours of hand coding. I like it. We'll go into that in the next video, and we go through Introduction to CSS in our members videos at buildthegeek.com members. We go through media queries and creating for responsive over in our member site, buildthegeek.com/members. And we have a specific video on how you can bring Flash in to your site and still make it work on all everybody that wants to see it. But you can see then I have one CSS style sheet here just for my drop-down menus. So as far as CSS, I probably have about 4,000 lines of code, all hand coded. Now, if I go into my members site, well, now this is WordPress. My menu items up top. Here's my home page. I have these drop-down menus here. That's a part of WordPress. These things are very easy to make. If I make one change on this page, that change will automatically apply to all 900. This site has, as it stands now, about 200 pages. So I make one change and it updates all 200 pages. In the Dreamweaver situation, I would have to update page by page by page. There are other ways to do that. This is scalable. This theme, it's working for the phone, the iPad. You can see once I go from one size to another, all of a sudden this menu turns into it should turn into well, I'm not on a phone. If it was, you would click here, you'd see the menus come down. Totally scalable. And gosh, I mean, to get the main page on this setup, of course, I know my CSS. Only took me maybe an hour. I'm going to say 3 hours. So, if, and in the next video, we're going to go in depth the pluses and minuses of Dreamweaver versus WordPress. But I wanted to show you real life examples. This site, to get this site up and running, in the time it took me to hand code this in Dreamweaver, I'd say to do this site in Dreamweaver would probably take, maybe a month. In WordPress, if you have all of your art and text together, you can probably put this together in a day if you knew what you were doing. So now we're going to close this video down and move on to the specifics of the pluses and minuses of WordPress and Dreamweaver, and a reason that both of them do have a place in your web development flow.